Welcome, friends and neighbors. Dr. Ken Berry here. Today, I've got a couple of special surprises for you, and I've got a couple of colleagues here that we're going to be having a discussion with about the upcoming Healing Humanity carnivore documentary that's coming out soon. You've probably seen the old trailer, but we've got a surprise for you today. We've got a new trailer that we're going to unveil. It's going to be the first time that anybody's ever seen it, including me. And I'm not happy with these two guys right now because I haven't had a chance to see this trailer. So I don't know if it's a tearjerker or if it's, I don't know. We'll see. And so, Carrie, Adam, welcome. And tell us what you've been up to.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having us, Dr. Berry. I just want to say real quick, I have been carnivore 891 days as of today. I learned about carnivore from Dante Ferrigno, but my carnivore journey started right here on Dr. Berry's channel. So this is kind of surreal for me being here, especially after what I've been through the last 891 days. So I just want to say a huge thank you for having us here today.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, and more than my pleasure, it's my honor, because I think the work that you guys are doing on this documentary and maybe a series coming after that, I think this is God's work, because the message that you're spreading is first and foremost that there's hope, but it's not a false hope. It's not a blind hope. It's not a hope that you've got to, pay $149 a month for. It's hope of, hey, you've been mistrained. You've been misinformed. Let me educate you. Let me help you. And then you can start to glean immediate results. Immediately. The very next day, you can start to improve your health and the health of every single person you love or care about. So it's my honor to be a part of this. Adam, how's it going?
Fantastic, Ken. I appreciate you having us here on the channel. And, like Carrie, my carnivore journey was profound, and the things that healed me. Carrie said he's doing this documentary, and I had to jump in and do whatever I could, sweep the floors, to make this a reality. And here we are. So again, I thank you so much for, promoting this lifestyle and this way of eating, because without a medical doctor actually saying that basically, yeah, it's probably okay for you to do this. This is the way humans are supposed to eat. I probably would have never made the leap. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It is definitely a pleasure and an honor to spread the good word about a proper human diet. Why wouldn't I, as a board certified licensed doctor, why wouldn't I want to do that? I think that may be the question that we should all be asking, is why wouldn't a doctor want to promote a very, very healthy way of eating? That sounds like a doctor's job, doesn't it? I don't know, maybe. Now, you guys have got the trailer that some folks may have seen, but I bet you there's a lot of people out there who haven't seen the original trailer yet. So do you want to show that first? And if so, then Carrie and Adam, set that up for us and tell us what we're about to see. And then everybody watching this, hit the thumbs up, hit the heart, share this, because I'm telling you, this is going to save millions of lives, not only from death, but fate's worse than death. Because as I say, there are things worse than death. Being trapped in a nursing home after your third heart attack and a stroke, waiting for the poor CNA to come and clean up your dirty bottom, that's probably worse than death for most people. So please don't be shy about sharing this. And you guys set us up and take it away.
Absolutely. So we'll show you our first trailer. We filmed this. It's been some time now. The premise of the documentary was, let's just follow real people over the course of a year eating a proper human diet and see what happens. It's grown to something much larger than that, which we can talk about, and we'll show you in the trailer number 2. But for this first trailer, we meet Bill Knott, a man in Alaska who was 700 pounds and stuck in his house for nearly 4.5 years, hopeless and depressed, and wanted to start the carnivore diet. And so, yeah, we'll roll the first trailer and we can chat about it a little bit. Here we go.
Okay.
I've been a doctor for nearly 30 years now.
We've all been misled for so long.
They gave me pills for anxiety. They gave me pills for depression.
Our bodies are so deficient and so malnourished that of course you're going to get diseases. Of course you're going to get sick.
I believe that I may have caused my cancer.
It is no way to live. It's a nightmare.
I was just so hopeless for so many years. It just kills me to know that the answer was out there the whole time.
You know, just because you put something in your mouth and chew it doesn't make it food. Food is species specific.
We can sit back and we can say the bloody doctors, it's not their fault. They were trained and they're doing what they were trained to do.
The thing that really pisses me off is that the people that we should have been able to trust, the literal organizations that we look up to protect us, are the people who have done the majority of the misleading.
I'm 82 years old, which is just a chronological number. So you put the right fuel in the engine and the engine works.
I've now transitioned from a disease manager to a disease healer. I've transitioned from a drug dealer to a healer.
3 weeks ago, I didn't know this man, Bill, from Alaska. Bill is 700 pounds and he's been stuck in his house for 4 years. You nervous?
I'm nervous, scary. You know, I live in Alaska, the most incredible place on the planet. I had to have a toilet put, a few feet from my bed, which I can barely walk to as is. I have not been outside in over 4 years. This is life or death for me. I'm sorry, Karen. I'm sorry about that.
Here.
Man,
Thanks, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now, for the first time in a long, long time, I'm looking towards the future, which I've not had in such a long, long time. It's just the most incredible feeling.
So there we go.
Man, that's such a great trailer, and Bill's story is such a great story. Everybody watching this in the comments, I want you to tell me in one word, what emotion did you feel watching that trailer? Because, I mean, if you didn't feel any emotion, then you probably need to click off and go watch cat videos or something, because that's a pretty powerful story right there. And I assume that we're going to be having updates from Bill as time goes on, as he continues to heal and continues to get healthier and feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a big part of the documentary. So Bill's story, we followed him over the course of a year. So in the documentary, we're going to check in with him 1 year later. And a lot of people have been watching his YouTube channel. He's made just incredible, miraculous progress since then. And that was one of the big things with this, Dr. Barry. Initially, when I started carnivore, I thought, oh, carnivore, like that's a great way to drop some pounds, to lose some weight. I had no idea the incredible, miraculous healing that people experience when they eat a proper human diet. And that was clear when I met Bill and started watching his journey. And then we started filming other people, realizing that this is so much more than just a regimen to lose some weight. It's almost insulting when you talk about carnivore diet and people's reaction is, oh, I don't need to lose any weight. It's like, this is so much more powerful than that. And Adam and I have witnessed it 60 times now. We've done 60 interviews for this documentary all over the world. Like, we filmed all over Canada, all over Australia. We filmed in the UK, all over the United States. And the stories it's just remarkable. We'd probably be done with the documentary right now, but it was like, we got to include this story and we got to include this story. And there's just so many powerful stories of healing. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. For people like us who now know the power of a proper human diet, it can be almost a little bit offensive when people talk about it like, oh, it's a fad diet or it's just a quick weight loss diet. It's like, yeah, that's what I thought 9 years ago. But after 9 years of research and study and deep thought about this, I now realize it's way more than that. And I think that's exactly why you guys have had to film 60 stories about it, is because it literally affects every part of human anatomy, physiology, and mental health. And I know you guys have got some stories in the can about just transformational mental health stories when it comes to eating a proper human diet. Do you guys want to share one of those, or Carrie, you're free to share your own story because it's quite compelling. What do you want to talk about?
I'd love to share my story briefly because that was the reason I wanted to do this documentary. I was just blown away doing carnivore, the improvements in my mental health. I was horribly depressed for over a decade. I was on every SSRI antidepressant medication. I did exactly what the doctors told me. I took the medication, never missed it, and I never got better. It wasn't until I found carnivore that my mental health improved. And when I first started talking about carnivore on my YouTube channel, that was the big thing that rang through. I was starting to get all these comments from people that are like, one of the first comments I had was from like an 82-year-old that was horribly depressed. And like, I've been carnivore for 5 years now. And that just blew my mind that an 82-year-old would even do this, put a big smile on my face. But I started hearing story after story of people improving their mental health and in drastic ways that they weren't able to do with medication. And that just blew my mind because in my head, I'm like, the reason I'm depressed is because there's a chemical imbalance in my brain. It's a fluke, it's genetic, it's something. And it wasn't. It was 100% nutrition. And that was one of the big things I learned, Dr. Berry, doing this documentary. So many of the people that we've interviewed, they were diagnosed with something from their doctor. And I'm not throwing doctors under the bus because I believe for the most part they mean well. But in most cases, they're told, we don't know. You've got type 2 diabetes. It's just you. It's genetic. It's a fluke. We just don't know. And therefore, the only alternative is medication. And that is just such a wrong message that I wanted to get out to people. So my mental health is completely 180. I'm off all my medication. I would do carnivore just for that, but I'm also down 100 pounds since my heaviest. I had sleep apnea. I don't snore anymore. I had arthritis in my foot and back. That's completely gone. I had IBS. I had my gallbladder removed. I had kidney stones. I had my appendix removed. Like, I went through some trauma, and I'm completely healed on carnivore. Mental health is the biggest one for me, but the crazy one I'll end on here real quick is my heart. I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, and I was told it was chronic, and I was told I'd have it for the rest of my life. And they're like, you might be able to keep it the same, but it's not getting any better. It's probably just going to get worse. My congestive heart failure, after 1 year on carnivore, I went into the doctor for the first time in my life to get tests because I had no reason to go to the doctor. I was healthier than I've ever been. They did an echo and a full battery of tests on my heart, and I no longer have evidence of cardiomyopathy. My ejection fraction went from 44 to 60, which is perfectly normal, and my long irregular heartbeat reversed as well. So the healing that I've seen has been incredible, and that was kind of why I wanted to do this documentary, to showcase this healing that not just I'm seeing, but other people are, and in particular with mental health.
Yep. I want to make a quick comment about doctors in general. Then I want to ask you about being a parent, because I think we're seeing all across the country this resurgence of people wanting to be better parents. And, you know, when you you guys and me were growing up, you know, parents were busy and they were distracted, and they still loved us and they still tried to do a good job, but it was much more socially acceptable to kind of be an absent parent. You may be in the room, but you were completely not present. And I think that's changing. And I want to ask you a question about that. But first, I want to talk about doctors, because it leaves patients in a very awkward position, because you're right. And our friend in the first trailer said, you know, doctors are just trained to believe a certain way and to think a certain way. And when there was a problem, they have one tool in their toolbox, and that's a prescription pad. And that is true. That is true. And so I guess we can give doctors a little grace based on that. But at the same time, doctors have all taken an oath, Carrie and Adam. They all have a fiduciary duty to their patients, which is a legal term that means that it's almost a parent-child relationship is how the law looks at the doctor-patient relationship. And I feel like that most doctors discount that. They don't really take that as seriously as they should. Any doctor, when they recommend the American Diabetes Association diet for a newly diagnosed diabetic, they should be aware that when that person comes back in 3 or 6 months and they're no better at all, in fact, their diabetes is worse and they've gained another 5 or 10 pounds, at no time does the average doctor think, I wonder if that dietary advice is wrong. No, the vast majority of doctors just think this patient's non-compliant. They didn't follow the diet. They didn't do anything. They're laying on the couch eating cookies. And that's the failing of the average doctor, in my estimation, is that they don't give their patients any grace. They don't give their patients the benefit of the doubt. Hey, maybe they did try this diet, and maybe this diet is just not helpful. Maybe that's the problem. Now let's talk about parenting. I want to know, Carrie, and I know this is a emotional spot for you, but I want you to explain to people, has eating a carnivore diet made you a better dad?
Oh, that's a great question, Dr. Barry. You're going to get me emotional on that one. 100%. In fact, that's really, I was fired up and passionate about carnivore when I found my personal healing. And then I'm like, I'm a grown man. Like, I could just move on now. I don't really care. And then I started realizing, like, I was a shadow of the human being I am now prior to carnivore. I was fatigued. I had brain fog. I was depressed. I'd plop down on the couch. I'd do the bare minimum. I was not a good father at all. And that's been one of the biggest blessings of carnivore, one of the biggest unexpected benefits. I feel like I'm a better husband to my wife. I feel like I'm a better father to my children. I'm present. And it's not just me, Dr. Barry. Like, that is a common thread amongst all these people we've interviewed. That's been an unexpected thing, where they're mostly like, I think this is a quote from a movie. Before eating a proper human diet, they were getting busy dying, and now they're getting busy living and truly living.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that gets me fired up about this documentary too. The name Healing Humanity, it's kind of audacious. Well, there's several meanings to that title, but I feel so sad when I think about the majority of humanity going their entire lives never really living, like never feeling like you and I feel, living your life to the fullest without that brain fog and that fatigue and that depression that so many people are going through life with right now. So absolutely, it's made me a better father for sure. And it's helped my family. The other reason I'm so passionate about it, it's helped my family just immensely. My whole family's doing it. The ripple effect of eating a proper human diet is remarkable. It's incredible. So my wife and I have triplets plus one. They're all eating a proper human diet. My wife's carnivore. My mom, my stepdad, my mom's watching right now. Hi, Mom. She's carnivore. My stepdad's carnivore. And it's just, it's incredible. It's unbelievable. I don't know of any other thing. I hate calling it a diet, but I don't know of any other intervention, lifestyle, medication, anything like a proper human diet where you see this type of healing and this type of ripple effect that other people are then doing it, and then it spreads and it spreads and it spreads. It's just remarkable.
I totally agree. And the reason we use the word diet is actually the word diet is a scientific and a medical term that means way of eating, right? But in modern society over the last 50 years, our food supply has been so adulterated and so bastardized that everybody almost intuitively knows that that's not healthy. And so that's why everybody's always going on a diet, because they're unhealthy, they're sick, they're overweight, they have diabetes. And so that's not the original definition of the word diet. We talk about a bovine diet, we talk about a canine diet. In science, that means what these animals eat and also what they should eat. That's what the actual original meaning of the word diet is. But it's been completely hijacked by big food and big pharma, and then all of the big supplement companies, and people trying to sell diet regimens, that now we think of the word diet as almost an admission that you don't need to eat regular foods. You need to eat this different special food. But really, a proper human diet is going back and eating the original diet, the Homo sapien diet. And so I know that does confuse some people, and some people are offended by that term because they've been so jerked around by it for decades, starting, with Weight Watchers, and then Jenny Craig, and then Deal a Meal, and then Metafast, and just on and on and on, all these different diets. But that's the number 2 definition. I want anybody watching in the comments, tell us in the comments how a proper human diet has improved your life. Has it made you a better parent, a better spouse, a better neighbor, a better citizen in your community? Has it just made you more able to be present? Has it improved your mental health to the point where you now can be an active member of your church or your civic organization or just your friend group? How has it affected your life? And then are we ready now, Adam and Carrie, to show the new trailer that nobody in the world has seen up until this moment?
Are we ready, Adam? Adam, what do you think?
Sure. Well, I just want to preface this with we do actually have footage of these two guys in a foot race, but it's not in this trailer, unfortunately. And I think Carrie,
Make the cut, Dr. Barry.
talk about how
do you have that, Adam, that you can queue up and show? Because Carrie challenged me when they were here on the farm filming. He's like, "Come on, old man, let's race up this hill," and I'm like, "Boy, let's go." And the outcome was I wasn't surprised, but I think Carrie may have been a little surprised. You got that footage, Adam? We can show that. You guys want to see that?
I actually don't, but we can show it later.
I will say, in all fairness, Dr. Barry whooped me. You beat me fair and square. But I'll say this too. I want my doctor to be able to beat me in a foot race. I want my doctor to have better metabolic health than I do. But I want a rematch too, Dr. Barry. We're going to be at Low Carb for Better Health next month, right?
100%. Yeah. And if you're coming to Low Carb for Better Health in Dixon, Tennessee, I think there may be a rematch of that foot race between Carrie and I, maybe in the parking lot, because they've got that's at a beautiful state park, and they've got some rolling hills out there. Because you know me, I don't run on flat ground because that's not even a challenge. I like to race going up a hill, and so we'll find us a hill and we'll race up it and see how it goes.
Let's do it. So yeah, let's show the trailer number 2. And I guess I'll just preface this with saying we're going to have another trailer before the documentary's done. We're completely done filming now. Like I said, we filmed 60 interviews all over the world. We're in post-production right now. That's a big question we get. When's it going to be ready? We can chat about that a little bit after. But there's going to be one more trailer just before we're live that's more for the general public and to get people in their seats. This trailer was kind of like, let's show the scope and scale of this project, filming 60 interviews all over the world. So I guess without further ado, should we roll it?
Let's roll it. Here it goes, guys. The world premiere of the latest trailer for the Healing Humanity documentary.
Here we go.
When I walk into a grocery store and see thousands of items on the shelf, that does not register in my brain as food. And of course it's not. This has never been food to any human being for the entirety of human history.
We've been soaking up the wrong information for so long.
Everything I thought I knew about nutrition turned out to be wrong. And it doesn't take that long to figure it out if you look at the actual science.
Your body, even though you feel like it betrayed you years ago, you actually betrayed it.
I was following the rules and getting sicker for it.
I was hopeless. I was really hopeless, and I thought, yeah, this is the way it's going to be.
I don't think I would have made it. I honestly don't. I mean, I was 69 pounds, almost hooked up to a feeding tube.
I probably had 30 days left until I was dead.
My thought was, I'm going to die, and I'm not going to have a chance to tell everybody that I love them one last time.
It's just more pills and more pills and more pills and more sickness and more disease.
I look at people now on the street, and I see them not doing well, and I just wonder what the food that they're eating is doing to them.
We're learning from our past way of eating that somehow we're damaged and diseased.
I want to live in a world where every doctor is not managing disease, but trying to get to the root cause of why people are sick in the first place.
That's what being a doctor's all about, isn't it? Being able to take somebody who's got no hope and give them hope. And it's a real hope. It's a true hope. It's not a false hope. I'm not interested in any other profession.
There you go, right in my face. Perfect. I just remember being so excited about being alive again.
Changing my diet, absolutely saved my life.
Plain and simple, I would not be here today.
I have my life back.
It was like with a new lens, new eyes, was using them for the first time.
Even though I'm 5.5 years in, I still wake up feeling impressed.
I felt the best I ever felt in my life.
I never thought I'd have a life. I really thought my life was over.
And if I hadn't have found this lifestyle, that I would not be sitting here with you today. No way.
I'm 82 years old, which is just a chronological number.
Pull yourself up, you swing your leg over and you're over.
It's not healthcare, it's sick care. We don't need doctors if we're eating properly. We don't need medication.
There we go.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And I think we caught a little glimpse of Bill there from Alaska, and he looks like his younger cousin. It doesn't even look like Bill anymore. Was that Bill in there?
That was Bill, Dr. Barry. And in fact, so we filmed Bill day one, as you guys saw in the earlier trailer, and then year one, which you guys will see in the documentary. And you saw a little bit of there. My family and I just went to visit Bill because he's become like a brother to me. This wasn't to film the documentary. He's a little over 2 years carnivore now. And this isn't a real spoiler because a lot of people watch Bill Nod on his YouTube channel. He is half the man he used to be. He's approaching 350 pounds down on a carnivore diet, which is incredible, right? Everyone focuses on the weight, but the amazing thing with Bill was, I remember a couple of weeks into his journey, him calling me, and he was just so excited because his depression was lifting. And pain that he had in his lower back for decades was going away. And he's like, how is this happening so quick? I'm only a couple of weeks in. I barely lost any weight. And it's just like inflammation, eating a proper human diet. It's amazing what it'll do for your mental health and for inflammation.
Yep, absolutely. Now, I saw several comments. People would love to be able to share this trailer on their social media. Will there be a place that they can find it and share these trailers out so that, because you know as well as I do, Adam and Carrie, that if you went to New York City right now and you just grabbed 100 random people and said, what do you know about the carnivore diet? Have you ever heard of that? Is it healthy? What does it do? Maybe 4 or 5 would go, oh yeah, my brother's doing that, or my mama's doing that, or I tried it. It helped me. The 95% of them be like, yeah, I heard some kind of fad diet. I don't know, YouTube, something. I don't know anything about it. And so people really want and need to be sharing these trailers because so many millions of people are suffering from self-inflicted disease. And they don't mean to inflict it on themselves, but they are. Every time they put pseudo frankenfood in their mouth, they're perpetuating the disease that they're suffering from. And there is no pill, no injection, no infusion at the pharmacy that's going to fix this. You got to fix your food to fix your health. So where can we find this?
Yeah, Adam,
how can we share it?
Absolutely. So as you were speaking there, Ken, I actually made the trailer public on our YouTube channel at HealingHumanity.Movie. And folks can go to HealingHumanity.Movie website. And there's a button right at the top, watch the new trailer, and they can watch it there, and they can watch the old one and share from there as well.
Love it. And they can share it from right there.
Yep.
Beautiful. And I would encourage every single person watching this. I guarantee you know someone, you love someone who's suffering from metabolic disease, whether it's manifesting as diabetes or obesity or fatty liver or joint pain or mental health problems. You know somebody, you care about somebody. And so please share that trailer. We got to get this word out. The world needs this. The world is hungry for this, but they're only going to be able to see it if you share it. So please consider sharing that. Let's talk about the upcoming documentary. Do we have any firm dates yet? Do we know where this is going to be coming out? Fill us in on the details.
Adam loves that question.
So I get asked this all the time, literally, probably thousands of times. So right now we're working with John, our editor, and he is actually probably in a conference right now with our line producer on getting a schedule together on how long it's going to take him to get this edited. So we are aiming for early 2026 to have an actual edited film that we can then market and distribute. Now that's a whole nother process once we start that. And we can't even talk to distributors, aggregators, producers, reps until we actually have a completed film. So that's a little bit unknown as new time documentary producers and directors. So yeah, it's kind of like the Wild West for us right now, but we're aiming for 2026 release.
Yeah, and I'll just add the goal, Dr. Berry, is to get this out to millions of people. The goal isn't to let's see how much money we can make. The goal is to reach as many people. Probably going to be a hybrid release where maybe it's in the theater for a little while, and then maybe it's on one of the big streaming services and so on. That's been one thing that's been a challenge. We get a lot of people like, why is this taking so long? Because I started this about 2 years ago. But the premise of the documentary was to follow people over the course of a year. So that takes a year for each person. That really adds to the production time. The other thing that was tricky for us was we didn't have hundreds of thousands of dollars up front to film this. The entire project has been crowdfunded, and we've been fighting for every penny. So we did a 10-hour live stream to raise funds, and then we went and filmed, and then we ran out of money. Then we did a 24-hour live stream, which Dr. Berry joined us in. Thank you. Raised some more money. We filmed Bill Knott, we filmed Maggie, and then we ran out of money. So it's been a lot of stop and go. But I'm really proud of the fact that we've been able to get where we are, filming all over the world. We're completely done filming now. We're in post-production. But we were able to do all of that without having some sort of company or corporation sponsor us. A lot of documentaries, unfortunately, some of the propaganda ones are that way. They're sponsored by a company in the end, and then they're biased. Ours has been completely crowdfunded. Every penny that we get for our GoFundMe, people buying our Healing Humanity shirts, people giving me super chats on my YouTube channel, every single super chat has gone 100% towards the documentary, and I'm not getting a paycheck for it. It's just kind of I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. It's just a principled thing. I feel like I was so sick for so long just because of, as you've said, Dr. Berry, perverse incentives, greed run amok. It's nice to just do something for the passion of it. So we've been able to do this whole thing as a passion project. And we're hoping we can continue after this into doing a series where we'll have an episode for every major health issue.
That would be amazing. Now, I'm seeing in the comments, people are asking how can they help you guys to move this along and to help pay the bills, because if anybody watching this, if you've never been part of a production like this, they didn't just take out their cell phone and film some stuff and then put it together with CapCut. Okay, these guys, when they interviewed me and came to my farm, it looked like a full Hollywood production setup. I mean, poor Adam was carrying about 80 pounds of equipment when he was filming me kicking Carrie's butt running up that hill.
We should have a great shot of that, right, Dr. Berry?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up again, but but I mean, this is going to be a real documentary of Netflix or better quality. And so, how can people help? Tell us the website again, and then all the ways that they can help besides the obvious, which is sharing that trailer everywhere.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. So sharing the trailer, like Dr. Berry mentioned, if you visit HealingHumanity.Movie, that's where you can share the trailer. There's several links on the top. So you can sign up for our free email newsletter. Then we'll notify you when we do our final trailer and when the documentary is ready. You can share the trailer. You can buy our Healing Humanity shirts. Every penny goes to the documentary. And we have a GoFundMe. That's been our biggest driver. That's the reason we were able to film most of this. So the community has been incredible. So if you feel called to donate, again, every penny will go to the documentary. We don't get a paycheck, and it'll really help us out, because what we've achieved so far, I'm very proud of. Like Dr. Berry mentioned, it's been high. We decided right away we want to do this with cinema approved cameras, which was very expensive initial cost. So we have all of that, but the real expensive part is now, and that's post-production, finishing the editing, and then the marketing. You can have the best documentary in the world, but if you don't have a marketing budget for it, nobody's going to watch it. So we're heading into that zone. And all of our efforts are 100% on the documentary. But as I alluded to earlier, I'm really excited about this series. And God willing, if we have the funds, we're going to hope to continue to do the series afterwards, where you have a loved one with cancer. You can send a whole episode on cancer. Someone with type 2 diabetes, we'll have a whole episode with type 2 diabetes with Dr. Berry and Dr. Hampton and all the great work they're doing on that front. And we hope to continue filming that. And then on top of that, we're hoping to have in that series another episode where it's just individuals. So you really love seeing Dr. Barry in the main documentary. We'll have a whole episode on Dr. Barry, or a whole episode on Bill Knott, and so on. So we can only do that with your support. And the last thing I'll say is it's all at HealingHumanity.Movie. The other thing you can do, and I highly encourage people, is share your story. Share your story. We have a form there. You can fill out the form. It takes a couple minutes, and we're doing that for the series. And we're also hoping to write a book as well. So you can take a couple minutes, share your story, and potentially have it featured in the series. And if you don't share the story here, share it online. Be an example to your family. Share it on social media, because it just blows my mind how many people have found healing just from the example of somebody else sharing their story. Like, I wouldn't be here today without Dante Ferrigno sharing his story and then finding Dr. Barry afterwards. So those stories are so powerful.
And I can tell you guys, from years of doing this, so many people have started a YouTube channel or an Instagram page or a Facebook page talking about their health improvement from eating consistently a proper human diet. And I guarantee you, and Carrie, you can add your opinion to this. I could go back in time to when Carrie was at his worst and say, hey, Carrie, you want to start a YouTube channel and talk about your health? Carrie's a Christian, but I bet you there might have been an expletive or two mixed in with no. Am I right?
Right. Here, I've got a graphic too. This was me at my worst.
Yeah. So if I'd went back in time to this Carrie that you see on the screen and said, hey, Carrie, you want to start a YouTube video or a channel and talk about your man boobs and your IBS and your skin cancer and your mini stroke and your severe depression, he'd have been like, no, why would I do that?
100%. Yeah. But now, I want to tell my story, but that's been the other thing we've learned with the documentary, Dr. Barry. This is turning into like a movement. We've been having meetups all around the country. That's been another way we've been able to film. So when we filmed you in Tennessee, we did a big meetup to raise money. And there is a yearning, like these people want their stories to be told. And it's not even a selfish thing. It's like, I want other people to experience this incredible healing that I've been experiencing. And it's really been turning into a movement. It's pretty crazy. My wife and I run our little small town movie theater here in Montello. Population 1,400. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We just did a meetup and every seat was sold. People from all over coming in, sharing their stories of healing. It's really turning into quite a movement, for sure.
That's one of the most beautiful things about humanity, because we all know there's bad things, there's negative, there's dark, there's ugly. But there's beauty in the human spirit, in that when you figure out a way to improve your health and you're like, oh my gosh, that works. Oh my gosh, I feel so much better. It is just, it's one of the beautiful parts of human nature that the first thing you want to do is share that good news with people you care about. And in some cases, share that good news from the rooftops to the whole world. For anybody who's ready to listen, you're ready to tell the story. And that over the years of talking about diet and nutrition, that's the thing that's kept me going many, many times when I was like, why am I even knocking myself out doing this? But then I would hear those stories and I would see that twinkle in the eyes of a person that I knew for a fact that 1 year ago, there was no twinkle in their eye at all. Their eyes were looking in dark places and looking for solutions that weren't really solutions. And now they had that twinkle of life in their eyes again, and they were ready to get her done.
I love it. That's the name of the documentary is Healing Humanity, right? I mentioned earlier, it's audacious. It's kind of crazy. But when you think about millions and millions of people suffering, and I like to imagine it like a graph, like a million dots, and they're white dots and they're all suffering. Then you have a couple red dots. And you say, let me take a closer look at those red dots. Those are people that aren't suffering. Those are people that are thriving. Those are people that are eating a proper human diet. And the only way we change this is by elevating those voices and celebrating those stories. I think of the same thing too with doctors. I absolutely love what you're doing, Dr. Barry, and I give you so much credit. But it isn't just flattery. I'm not saying that to try to win favor with Dr. Barry. We already filmed you for the documentary. You already kicked my butt in a race. So I don't need to do that anymore. But I imagine, we talked about doctors earlier. There's millions of doctors. And if you think of them on like in data on a grid, million white dots. Sadly, the majority of those doctors, they became doctors because they wanted to heal people, but the majority of them are not healing people. The only thing they're doing is writing prescriptions. You see a couple red dots, and that's Dr. Berry, that's Dr. Hampton. Those are doctors that found a different way. They're positive deviants. They're doing something drastically different, but they're having incredible results. That needs to be celebrated. I said this when we did our meetup in Tennessee. I want to live in a world where we celebrate doctors that are actually healing people. And it's not for flattery. It's because we need to uplift those voices so that other doctors see that and say, I want to do, that's why I became a doctor. I want to actually heal people, treat the root cause of the problem. So I think it's so important sharing these stories. We're trying to do it twofold with the documentary, sharing the individual story, but also sharing the story of good doctors like Dr. Berry that are actually healing people and putting them on a path to get their lives back.
And the average person doesn't know this, Adam and Carrie, but the average doctor is not happy. They're not having fun. They're suffering. They don't like their career because they literally went to medical school with this dream, this maybe pipe dream. I'm going to heal people and I'm going to help people. I'm going to save people. And then they go to work every day to the drudgery of just basically being a pharmaceutical pusher. And they write all these prescriptions. And then when the people come back in 3 months or 6 months, nobody's any better. Nobody has transformed their health. They haven't made an iota of difference in that person's life. All they've done is cost them a couple of copays. They had to sit on the phone with their insurance company for an hour to try to get this new drug approved. But they're no happier. They're no healthier. They're no more fit. They're not having foot races because they feel so amazing physically and mentally that they can run around and play like a kid again. Can you imagine when doctors really start to discover this and the power of this? The average doctor is going to jump head first into recommending this. Like, holy crap, it's fun being a doctor again. I actually can't wait to go in and help more people have this level of health and vitality, because those prescriptions sure were not getting the job done.
Absolutely, 100%. And hopefully getting this documentary out there, getting these examples out there of good doctors like you and the other doctors, 9 doctors we have in the documentary, will help inspire some to do that. I know that's been one of the crazy things for me, Dr. Berry. I'm a homesteading YouTuber, chickens and goats, and I've been sharing my story and having people saying they watched my story and they're no longer depressed. Yep. Words like this saved their life. It's crazy hearing things like this, and that's the thing that I think doctors should be hearing if they're going to treat the root cause.
100%. And that's one thing, because people are jaded. People are always suspicious because we've all been sold a bill of goods. We've been sold a gimmick so many times over the decades of our life that anytime you hear something like this, it almost, I had a guy tell me at a conference, he said, you sound like an Amway commercial, like an Amway presentation, like you're coming to my house or a Tupperware party, like, oh, these bowls will change your life. And it's like, yeah, but the difference is I'm not trying to sell you anything. Adam and Carrie are not taking a salary to do this. They don't have a program to sell you. They don't know, but we don't have a line of supplements to sell you. Because the 3 people you see before you today are not here to make $1 million. We're here to save 1 million souls and save 1 million lives from suffering. But that kind of thing is so unusual. It's so odd that it puts people off. They're like, what's the angle? What are you up to here? Where's the fine print? It's like there's not any. Just eat meat and eggs and be happy.
I love that you said that, Dr. Berry, because that 891 days ago, when I found your YouTube channel after watching Dante Ferrigno, that's what I was. I'm like, where's this guy's catch? This Dr. Berry's talking about eating bacon. Where's the $10,000 program, miracle program I got to sign up for? And I watched video after video after video of yours, and I could never find it. And then I got to the end, and I'm scratching my head. I'm like, you already told me, like, I just got to go eat meat. And then I started thinking, like, this isn't really so crazy. Once I started learning about it more, what he's suggesting is, in this day and age where the food system is so corrupt, just eat the most natural thing in the world. And right now, that's meat. That's a big fatty ribeye. Give you everything you need to thrive. There's nothing cleaner or more natural than you can eat in the broken system that we have right now. So when I wrapped my brain around it that way, it made more sense. But I was skeptical first. That's why I watched so many of your videos. I'm like, where's the catch? There's no catch here. What is going on?
I was skeptical at first. I thought, where's the supplements? What do I have to? I got to buy something. He's got to be selling something. I mean,
Right.
heck, it took me forever just to even know that you had a private community. Like, you don't even talk about that, or you didn't anyways. And,
Right.
yeah. So
We offer help if people need it, but if you don't need that, I'm happy for you to kind of adopt the mountain lion mentality of, hey, I don't need to join his community. I don't need to buy his books. I can go over here on my mountaintop and eat meat and eggs, and I can do this myself. I don't need any help. Huzzah! Get her done, brother and sister. That because there are people who that's their style. They don't need their spouse to be on board. They don't need to be part of a group. They just need to know the information, and then they go and they do it. And I'm happy for people to go and do it on their own, but some people need some support, and so we offer that. But that's by no means mandatory, as you both know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, tell us again where people can, what's your website? Where can they watch this trailer again? Because I know some people are in the comments and wanting to watch it again. How can they share it? And then how can they help you guys to get this thing in theaters ASAP?
Yeah, absolutely. Visit HealingHumanity.Movie and you can watch the trailer. You can share it, post it on Facebook, send it to a friend that might need healing. And you can purchase the merchandise, sign up for our newsletter there, and you can donate to our GoFundMe. I always get this question, Dr. Berry. Super chats are great. There's different means of donating. Buying the shirts are great, but what gives us the most bang for our buck is the GoFundMe. So if you're interested in supporting us that way, I'm not going to stop till we reach millions of people with this. I feel like this is my purpose in life. I'm blessed to have found it, but I'm not going to stop till we reach millions of people with this. There's so many people that are sick in the world. Everybody loves Bill Knott, right? He's incredible. But then I start thinking, how many other millions of Bill Knotts are walking around the world right now, hopeless? And it's not because they're choosing to be hopeless or they're choosing to be metabolically sick. They're oblivious to the fact that this is just their nutrition causing their depression, their anxiety, their mental health issues, all of these things. So I don't want to stop till we reach them. And the best way to reach people is to share. So please get the word out, share the trailer. And that's the best way you can help.
Absolutely. Hey, what do you think about this? Let's go out. Let's watch the new trailer one more time, and then let's end the video at the end of that. And maybe you can pause on because I know there's a QR code, and if they can't remember what the website is, they can just shoot the QR code and it'll take them straight to it. What do you think about that idea?
I love it. And I just want to say thank you again, Dr. Berry. Huge thank you. Really appreciate you.
I want to say thank you both. I want to say thank you again. And you just recently had a book published, right?
I did. Yeah, we've got Common Sense Labs. It's available in bookstores now. Thanks for that. I did not ask Adam to do that, but that once you start eating a proper human diet, very often you bump up against your doctor, don't you? And your doc's like, "Oh no, all that red meat that'll cause this, that, or the other." And people need a reference so they can say, "Well, why don't you check the following labs, and then we'll see if I'm getting healthier or if I'm getting sicker, and then we can kind of track it together." That's an excellent tool to help patients, but also to help educate doctors, like we were talking about sooner, to help them kind of understand what's going on. So here again, guys, is the trailer. And remember, folks watching, it is not too late to click the share button right now and share this on your favorite social media. And then definitely go to HealingHumanity.Movie and share that trailer on every social media that you have an account on. Okay, guys, thank you so much for doing this. And thank you for your sacrifice, because I know it doesn't even really feel like a sacrifice because you're doing this for all of humanity. And it feels like a calling, and I think it is a calling. But thank you for all the work and the hours and the dedication and all the hours where you could have been just goofing off, but you were working on this basically life's mission to make the world a healthier place. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Dr. Berry. Appreciate you. All right, here we go.
When I walk into a grocery store and see thousands of items on the shelf, that does not register in my brain as food. And of course it's not. This has never been food to any human being for the entirety of human history.
We've been soaking up the wrong information for so long.
Everything I thought I knew about nutrition turned out to be wrong. And it doesn't take that long to figure it out if you look at the actual science.
Your body, even though you feel like it betrayed you years ago, You actually betrayed it.
I was following the rules and getting sicker for it.
I was hopeless. I was really hopeless, and I thought, yeah, this is the way it's going to be.
I don't think I would have made it. I honestly don't. I mean, I was 69 pounds, almost hooked up to a feeding tube.
I probably had 30 days left until I was dead.
My thought was, I'm going to die, and I'm not going to have a chance to tell everybody that I love them one last time.
That's just more pills and more pills and more pills and more sickness and more disease.
I look at people now on the street and I see them not doing well, and I just wonder what the food that they're eating is doing to them.
We're learning from our past way of eating that somehow we're damaging disease.
I want to live in a world where every doctor is not managing disease, but trying to get to the root cause of why people are sick in the first place.
That's what being a doctor's all about, isn't it? Being able to take somebody who's got no hope and give them hope. And it's a real hope. It's a true hope. It's not a false hope. I'm not interested in any other profession.
There you go, right in my face. Perfect. I just remember being so excited about being alive again.
Changing my diet absolutely saved my life.
Plain and simple, I would not be here today.
I have my life back.
It was like with a new lens, new eyes, was using them for the first time.
Even though I'm 5.5 years in, I still wake up feeling impressed.
I felt the best I ever felt in my life.
I never thought I'd have a life. I really thought my life was over. And if I hadn't have found this lifestyle, that I would not be sitting here with you today. No way.
I'm 82 years old, which is just a chronological number.
Pull yourself up, you swing your leg over, and you're over.
It's not healthcare, it's sick care. We don't need doctors if we're eating properly. We don't need medication.